Hey everyone, thanks for joining me again today. And today we'll be focusing on turning connections into opportunities. Um, there's a popular saying that goes, "Your network is your net worth," meaning that it's not about what you know, it's about who you know and people you have around you and what value they bring to you. So, and there's also the analogy that you're just probably one or two connections away from your helper or the person that will help, grow your business or connect you to your next big opportunity. So today we'll be talking about the topic around how to network and some of the key things you need to put at the back of your mind when involves using your connections, people you know, to getting you to where you want to be in terms of the opportunities you want to achieve eventually with your side hustle or your business or even your career or anything in life. So the first thing is stop networking and start networking across. So here's the mistake a lot of people focus on. A lot of people focus on who's above me. So they're always looking for opportunity. How would I meet Dangote? How would I meet Tedola? How would I meet Tony Elumelu? How would I meet some of these big men? But in reality, it's easier for you to meet people at your level, on around you that has one or two or three levels or degree of connection away from those people than you trying to go straight to network with those kind of people. So you must always start with people around you. How do you expand your relationship with people around you? Some of the people you know might have two or three layers away from that eventual person that will help you achieve your final goal. And like I said, everything is about mindset. If you have the mindset that it's one person that will solve your problem, you might be making a big mistake in terms of whatever you're doing. However, if you have the mentality that everybody you meet will connect you to the next person and might connect you to the next person. I can give a personal story. I was working for someone, a client that somebody else introduced me to. I was providing accounting services. The person that introduced me was providing HR services, and we're all working for this client. Now, the client had somebody managing the business for him then. And the relationship kicked off then. The people that introduced me to this client were doing things I didn't like to that person managing the business for that client. The ultimate goal then was they wanted to figure out a way to make the owner of the business fire that person, sack the person, and put their own person because they wanted more control into that business. But I was being careful because I always have this mentality that if somebody does bad to somebody around you and you don't speak up or you participate in it, one day your turn will come. I'm a very big believer in the law of karma that whatever I do to others will always come back to you. So I was like, no, I refused to get involved. I eventually convinced and, built a relationship with the other person that was working. And, eventually the person wasn't fired, but the person left, things just didn't go as planned. But fast forward 2 years later, I was looking for an opportunity somewhere to get a contract. And I was keeping in touch with this person all that time, but maybe not too close and all that. But guess what? When I was looking for the opportunity to get that contract with a big company, interestingly enough, is that same individual that was almost fired that it connected me to who eventually connected me to the owner of that business. So it was a very simple arrangement. The guy knew somebody who worked in the office of the owner of the business I was trying to get a contract from. And the person working there, oh, okay, it was just that, oh, good word, this guy is a good guy, blah, 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 and that's it. So the point I'm making there is sometimes you might think, oh, you want to meet with people at the top. Meanwhile, it's people at your level that will easily take you to that next level. So sometimes you look down on certain people, not knowing that those people you are looking down might have some relationship or connection that might help you move to closer to that individual you want to meet up with. So very, very important. Don't just focus on people who are above you. Focus on people who are technically you call below you or even your peers because you never can tell who they have two or three level of connection in a way that might eventually help you out with your opportunity. The next thing is lead with value, not with need. So I see this a lot. A lot of people focus on, I want to connect with this person because I want something. And for me, that's one of the biggest mistakes people make in terms of connecting with people. Everybody wants something, even the person you want to connect with wants something, has needs. So don't think that you will go there with your own problem and not add value to that person. Because guess what? Some of the big people that I've met, rich ones, big orgas or bank MD founders and co. If they show you the number of people reaching out to them every day with problems and needs, you'll be shocked. And it's so funny that most of them don't even get people asking them that what do they want. So a mentor once told me that, look, when you meet people, ask them what can I do within my powers to be able to help you that will really impact your life. It automatically switches up the conversation. Then also when you're networking, think of value. What value am I bringing into that person's world? And let the person know about it. So it's not just you, oh, help me get a job or help me with this contract and all that. The question is, what kind of value can you bring into that person's world? Then when you bring that value, it makes it easy for you to now connect and network. So always think value. Don't just think take, take, take. Think give. What am I giving and how am I going to be helpful to that person? The next thing is become the information broker, the connector. I like this one a lot because sometimes people don't realize this. The easiest way to connect with people is by helping them solve their problem. So essentially, what I try to do is when I meet people, I always look around my circle to say, okay, hey, this person is doing this type of thing. What if somebody else in my circle needs this thing that this person is doing? I try to connect them, stay in between. What that automatically does is it gives you a higher level of ranking in terms of respect among the, okay, this person brings value and this person is always willing to offer help, even though it might not be so significant or big, but this person will help you. So it leaves a lasting memory in the minds of the people you meet that, man, this person is not just somebody who's asking for things. This person is offering help, and this person also knows somebody or might be willing to find connections that might be also helpful. So always be in between. Whatever information you can have across, make it as a tool, as a leverage to help you build relationships and connect people, not just you, connect people around you to each other, because eventually it becomes a circle, and what goes around comes around in a circle. The next thing is volunteer for high visibility projects. So a lot of people don't realize this. The simple psychology of sale is this: for somebody to buy from you, they must know you exist. When they know you exist, they must trust you. And when they trust you, that's when they buy from you. So if people don't know you exist, you might be the smartest person, the best person, but if people don't really know you exist, nobody will eventually connect or buy from you. So you need to figure out how do you volunteer in things: church, mosque, school, neighborhood, anywhere you go, anything you do. Figure out how to volunteer whereby whatever you're doing is creating value and also visibility. And I'm not talking of volunteering behind the scene where nobody knows you exist. So they need somebody to train, teach young children, or somebody to help organize an event. If it's not taking too much of your time or killing you, get involved, because those things help you leave a reputation and leave a mark in whatever you're doing. And at the end of the day, people will remember you because you created value. Even if you're not selling anything to anybody at that point, they will remember your name and your face. And that becomes your leverage into getting into networking opportunities for other people. Oh, I'm the person who did this. Oh, I'm the person who did that. It helps when you build such a memory in the minds of people. And last not but not the least, follow up, follow up, follow up. I think this can never be over emphasized. Some people think, oh, you meet somebody once and that's the end. The person is not responding. I see this a lot when, oh, you meet somebody once, you send them a message or you call them, they don't pick. Then you start, what's wrong with this one? Because I called you. I'm feeling proud, you're feeling arrogant. Sometimes you don't even know what they are going through in their own life. You don't know how busy they are scheduled. You don't know their timing. But because in your own small world, your ego, emotional driven personality, you're so focused on me, 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 me. You're not thinking, hey, what if this person is busy? What if this person, you know, has other things? What if this person is a procrastinator? So, and those are the little things that helps you. Is in that follow up in anything you do in life that gets you to the next level. If you want something done, there was a research done at one time that for people who call to make phone call to sell to people, they said sales always come after the 12th call. That means you call somebody 12 times for the person eventually buy. Let's ask ourselves the questions. How many times do we call people before we give up on them? Maybe after two or three times, just this person is arrogant, this person is an idiot, this person is doing shakara. I beg, I don't have this person time. But who is the person thinking? But you don't really understand their own life, their own what is going on in their world at that time when you're calling. So very, very important. Take your ego and emotions away from that conversation and keep following up, following up, following up to get you what you want. Like one thing somebody once told me that if your life depends on it, that if your life depends on the fact that you must get that thing from that person, would you call the person 2 times and say, I beg, this person is not pick up, or let me just go and die, come and kill me? No, you won't. You will make sure that you keep following up with that person until you get what you want. So I would also implore us to use the same principle and ideas that, okay, I will follow up until I get what I want from this individual. So very, very important. Be a person of value. Take advantage of people around you. Be willing to help people, not just you asking for things. And eventually, your relationships and your network will take you to where you always wanted to be, or even higher than that. It will create opportunities that you never knew existed. Thank you for joining today, and see you in the next one.